Yeah, very good to see. I like to see it. In some not so bullish news, we've got a federal judge ruling that NBA Top Shots is or was indeed a security. Now, this is a landmark ruling. We're still being so new to the space, unsure what the legislation is around them. Are NFTs securities or not? Are NFTs that have a token launched with them or alongside them more so securities or not? We really don't know. And we're waiting for guidance, we're waiting for case law to really see whether they are or not. So here we know that NBA Top Shot was on the Flow blockchain. Now the blockchain was or is a private blockchain by Dapper Labs. Um, and it's now been ruled by this federal judge that NBA Top Shot wasn't, the NFTs themselves were indeed securities. Um, So yes, I mean, this is not great for the space. I'm not sure whether they can appeal this or not, so I'm not sure how high it's gone or not. But the investors claim that under federal law, the NFTs do constitute a security, and the court found that Top Shot Moment NFTs constituted an investment contract and therefore are securities. Also, furthermore, according to the court, Dapper Labs has devised a plan in which they guaranteed investors profits. The profits were guaranteed, in inverted commas, by selling NFT packs at lower prices and advertising the significant profits made by others through the sale of the NFTs on Dapper Labs marketplace. The court further said that investors dependent on Dapper Labs' managerial efforts to develop the marketplace and maintain the blockchain, since the NFTs would not exist without these efforts. How did Dapper Labs react? Dapper Labs argued that NBA Top Shop NFTs were not securities, as the buyer controlled their own portfolio, so the buyer made the decision over which NFTs to buy and trade and when. Still, the court rejected this argument as Dapper Labs have control over it because it's their own blockchain. What does this mean for NFTs? As I said, it's a significant ruling for the NFT space because private blockchains have become most popular for businesses, and this ruling shows that there are potential risks. Private blockchains pose security risks for fundraising and issuing of tokens, and companies offering NFTs need to consider whether their offering will be subject to security laws. Finally, the ruling highlights the need to comply with security laws when offering tokens on a private blockchain. So yeah, I mean, again, we early guys, and this sort of stuff does need to be hashed out, and we need to know, whether or not it will be considered a security or not, and what makes it considered a security. And here we do have a lot of that. We see that because it was their own blockchain, their own private blockchain, and marketplace, that there was tokens released to them, that there was the promise of a future reward at a higher price than what you paid. All of these things made it a security. I think it does give a lot of people insight into the way that the courts will look at this, and it will help projects to be able to say, okay, you know what, let's not launch it with our own token, or let's not launch it on our own marketplace, or whatever it may be, or private blockchain, but to avoid it being a security, or let's just comply with it as a security. It's okay if something's a security. You just have to follow security law with it and make sure that it's adhered to. Yes, there's more red tape, but that's okay. So, just know what you're dealing with and decide accordingly.